Welcome to this video on mains electricity. We will explore the characteristics of domestic electrical supply and the safety features used in appliances. Our learning objectives include understanding and identifying electrical hazards like frayed cables or damaged plugs. Direct current, or DC, is supplied by cells and batteries and always flows in the same direction, as shown in the diagram. Alternating current, or AC, constantly changes direction. The lamp works with both AC and DC. Mains electricity in the UK is an alternating current supply. The current changes direction every 1/100th of a second, completing a full cycle every 1/50th of a second, resulting in a frequency of 50 Hz. This image shows how electricity arrives into our homes. The UK mains supply is rated at about 230 volts. One side of the AC supply, called the live terminal, changes constantly between plus 325 and minus 325 volts. Touching the live terminal can be fatal. The other terminal, the neutral, remains at about 0 volts. The voltage of the live terminal varies sinusoidally between positive and negative 325 volts. It takes 1/50th of a second, or 0.02 seconds, to complete one cycle. Here is an activity to review the concepts. Choose the appropriate words to fill in the gaps provided. Let's review the answers. Direct current flows in one direction and is supplied by cells and batteries. Alternating current reverses direction. The main supply is 230 volts at 50 Hz. An oscilloscope can display and measure the waveform. An electrical cable contains 3 main wires. The live wire has brown insulation, the neutral wire has blue insulation, and the earth wire has yellow-green striped insulation. All are covered by an outer layer of rubber or plastic. The earth wire is a safety feature connected to the metal casing of a device and into the ground. Appliances with plastic cases, like hair dryers, do not require an earth wire connection. The 3-pin plug features a live pin connected to the brown wire, a neutral pin connected to the blue wire, and an earth pin connected to the green and yellow wire. It also contains a fuse and a cable grip. Common materials used include brass for plug pins, copper for wires, and plastic for the casing. Rubber is used for flexible wire insulation. Now let's practice labeling the parts of the plug diagram using the provided numbers. Take a moment to identify parts 1 through 5 in the diagram of the plug. Let's check the labels. 1 is earth, 2 is neutral, 3 is the cable grip, 4 is the fuse, and 5 is the live wire. What is wrong with this plug's wiring? There are several faults, including a disconnected earth wire, bare strands showing, and swapped live and neutral wires. The cable grip is also incorrectly positioned. This is very dangerous to use. Here is another fill-in-the-gaps activity about electrical cables and plugs. Use the word selection provided. Let's check the answers. Most cables contain 3 insulated wires. 2 core cables are used with appliances having plastic casings. The live wire is brown, neutral is blue, and earth is yellow-green. In a 3-pin plug, live is on the right, neutral on the left, and earth at the top. The 2 main dangers of mains electricity are fire and electrocution. Fire can be caused by excessive current. Electrocution can occur from contact with the live wire. An earth wire with a fuse or circuit breaker can prevent electrocution. A fuse is a wire designed to melt and break the circuit if the current becomes too high. Fuses protect against fire. Different types of fuses are used, including internal appliance fuses and cartridge fuses for plugs. The thicker the fuse wire, the greater the current required to make it fuse. Fuses come in limited ratings, such as 3A, 5A, and 13A. This diagram shows the modern circuit symbol for a fuse. Circuit breakers are electromagnetic devices that break a circuit quickly when the current is too high. Examples include residual current devices, or RCDs, and larger circuit breakers found in consumer units. In this simple circuit breaker diagram, current flows through terminals A and B. When the current increases, the electromagnet pulls the armature, and a spring disconnects the circuit. The circuit can be reconnected using the reset button. Both fuses and circuit breakers prevent fire by limiting current. Fuses are simple and cheap to replace. Circuit breakers act faster and can be reset, making them convenient. Appliances with metal cases are earthed by connecting the earth wire to the metal case. Normally, current flows between the live and neutral wires. The metal case remains at 0 volts, making it safe to touch. If the live wire touches the metal case, the case becomes dangerous. However, The earth wire provides a low-resistance path to the ground, allowing a large current to flow instantly. The large current flowing through the earth wire causes the fuse to melt and break the circuit. This isolates the metal casing from the live connection, making the appliance safe to touch again. Appliances with plastic casings do not require an earth wire because the plastic provides double insulation. They use 2-wire cables and often display the double insulation symbol. Finally, how many dangerous electrical practices can you identify in this picture? Let's complete this fill-in-the-gaps activity about mains electricity dangers and safety features. Use the word selection provided to complete the sentences. Reviewing the answers. The 2 dangers of mains electricity are fire and electrocution. Fires are caused when too high a current flows. Current is limited by placing a fuse or circuit breaker in the live wire. The earth wire prevents the metal casing from becoming live. A large current flowing down the earth wire will cause the fuse to isolate the live connection. Now, let's complete a calculation exercise for 230-volt mains appliances. You need to calculate the current for each appliance with the given power rating, using the formula. Power equals voltage multiplied by current. Here are the solutions. The calculated currents are 1.3A, 3.9A, 0.04A, and 8.7A. The smallest standard fuses that can be used are 3A, 5A, 3A, and 13A respectively.